I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most. Take this. 'Tis something I found. I wanted you to have it.
All that fuss, and nary a coin to show for it.
Let's see. Where to next?
Tis no more or less than what one might have expected.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Say, weren't we tasked with another errand that sent us somewhere near here?
We might kill two birds with one stone, or focus on our current objective. Both choices have merit.
Il va rester longtemps.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer.
My bed goods.
I'm always willing to lend a helping hand.
Got any tales to liven up my day?
Make it quick. I ain't got all day.
Is it true you're the Arisen? That's what I've heard. Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the Arisen over in the tavern about 6 months ago. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. Befell a Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith. Good luck.
Listen up, you lot. Albert, king of beggars, has come to quench your thirsts. Aye, the ale's on me tonight, so drink up, my friends. Drink your fill.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of... I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Je peux pas m'asseoir quelque part là-dessus.
It smells good, at least. That's a start.
Ain't gonna make any coin here.
Well, this place gives me an ill feeling.
What makes a performance worth watching?
Sets my thoughts down dark paths, this place.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks.
Just be sure you mind your manners.
This looks as good a place as any.
Suppose I'd best be heading home.
All the others made it.
Ask me
Got to
again.
get Why's my luck so rotten?
Can't stay here.
Here anyhow. Don't think you're safe just because one found its way inside the common quarter just the other night.
Du coup, c'est quoi le problème là? J'ai fait une erreur, c'est ça? J'aurais pas dû passer le temps, c'est ça?
I end up feeling weary when I've no day of rest. Not much going on hereabouts.
Aye, I'm well enough, thank you.
What about you? Seems familiar.
This performance is the pinnacle of its ilk.
Go on, have a look.
Well met. This here, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks.
Interested in my wares?
Times are hard. Barely scraping by.
Life's been pretty kind to me, come to think of it. Go.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Du coup, je fais comment pour choper moi,
I've
ce mec?
just remembered. There was another matter we were to attend to hereabouts. Was there not?
Well met. This here's, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Well, I never.
This is no place to compose my thoughts.
Go I sleep on my have a look. Mayhap they'll go
Now,
away.
where was I bound again?
Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good.
Pleasure doing business with you.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you.
Well met. This here, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of.
Impressive. What am I supposed to do?
Oi there! The ale flows aplenty here, courtesy of yours truly. So ne'er mind your coin purse. Drink your fill, my friend. What would you of me? I'll have...
Times are hard. I'm barely scraping by.
Interested in my...
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good.
Not half.
Someone else. This inspires naught but misgivings.
You looking for a fight? Got any tales to liven up my day?
Now merely sit back and enjoy.
The hour's grown late. Hilda's going to have my hide.
One can never be too careful.
No one's coming to my rescue.
Living hard.
Place gives me an ill feeling.
Wish I had someone to talk to.
Time to be heading.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
Mercy!
vais pas monter sur ça, mais t'es sérieux, frère? Je l'ai fait je sais pas combien de fois, wesh.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Là, je peux pas monter avec ça. Damn.
It was a paltry repast, but I'm grateful to be fed.
Dinguerie, frère.
Nothing ever seems to happen round here. What was it I had to do?
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
Social, I've too much to do. There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Je vous jure que je suis déjà monté là. Au moins, je sais pas combien de fois. On va rentrer chez lui.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming. But ox carts don't run so late at night. Was it a phantom then? I shudder to think.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as lead. Glad he stayed here forever. Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
Désolé de passer à l'improviste. J'avais tellement hâte de te voir qu'elle cette fois chez toi. En revanche, je suis allé. Ah, ça c'est Sven. Ça c'est le fils de la reine qui m'envoie un cadeau.
Ah, how I've longed to embrace my bedroom.
Good morrow, everyone. Off we go then.
I hope you slept well.
Mais did.
Much appreciated. Gather round. Treat your ears.
That looks... I heard tell of a beggar doing... So where's he get his coin then? Makes a man...
Gather round. Treat your ears.
Yeah? What is it?
Gather round. Much appreciated.
Je vais le poursuivre. Hein. Je fais que ça.
Have a look.
It's been a hard day.
Lots of people pass by here.
This ladder looks sturdy enough.
Hoi, friend! Having any time for me today? I dare say we're owed. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be wheeled about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
'Tis as you say.
Master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it should.
How fare you, friend?
Je peux lui offrir un truc?
How fare you, friend?
Objet de valeur. Qu'est-ce que j'ai? Qu'est-ce que...
I am grateful.
Maybe I'll treat myself to
Fancy a look at my wares?
Look! Master, a treasure chest! We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Let's make ready for the morrow.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cool, come on.
Living's hard, but dreams are free.
There's much needs doing.
Would that I could spend all day here.
Suppose I best earn my keep.
Help. I need help.
It's just another way to save your own
Something good will come of today. I just know it.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure. Still a while to go before my shift's over.
Je pense que je vais le suivre pendant un bon moment, lui. Hein. Parce que j'arrive toujours pas...
I'm stumped.
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
It was a paltry repast, but I'm grateful to be fed.
I'm dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here. I want to go home.
My head hurts just thinking about it. What to do? What? Hoy, Arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of.
Now we seek gold ore. Though 'tis sold in shops, mining some ourselves might prove the better choice.
That's just what I was thinking.
Oi there! The ale flows aplenty here, courtesy of yours truly.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Well, I never.
Very useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
You're one I'm always glad to see.
Not a care in the world.
My mind is
Just as it
go
should be.
on, have a look. Let's do nothing.
Parti où?
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Oh, my joints have been aching something fierce
All I've got
today
left
to be
are my
something.
inks and
Makes a
pens.
performance worth watching. Got to get back out into the hustle and bustle.
I worked hard today. I think I've earned a rest.
I'm ill at ease here.
Not my kind of place, this.
This looks as good a place as any.
Tomorrow, surely I can permit myself but a moment's rest.
I'm ill at ease here.
Ok, ça va. Là, il va pas dormir.
Could barely drag my ass out of bed.
I'd kip just about anywhere.
Pleasant surroundings make for pleasant.
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
S'il te plaît, rentre pas chez toi, frère.
Right. Mercy!
Wesh, frère. Je pense avoir compris c'est quoi le... C'est quoi le truc. Ok, ok, ok.
I mustn't get complacent. I need of a new skill.
J'ai compris ce qu'il fallait faire.
Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace?
No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up.
I don't like it here. Can't bring myself to do much.
For a fight.
My bed. Let's show exist.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good. Pleasure doing business with you. Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good. Pleasure doing business.
Il vient pas tôt, lui, hein. Il vient vers le soir, c'est ça? Ok.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good. Many thanks.
Même à cette heure-ci, il vient pas.
Well
Il
met.
vient vers
I
le soir,
assume you'll be
vers
starting
l'après-midi.
off with a mug of the good.
Ok.
Many thanks.
Interested in my wares?
Well met.
là,
I
il devrait
assume you'll
venir.
be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome world of ours is. Many thanks.
Words are costly. I do the same thing every single day. I do.
I've need of a new skill. Now merely sit back and enjoy.
Sauf que ce soir, il est pas venu, c'est bizarre, hein.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
Hail.
Come to think of it, was there not another task?
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
Quiet, but I like it. Seems a fewer worries when you're here.
Fuck, man.
All this patrolling does a number
Ok,
on my
tranquille.
shoulders.
Tu m'as eu.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Getting proper rest is an important...
Would that all my days were so tranquil. I'd rather just stay out of everybody's way.
All this patrolling does a number on my...
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
Il veut jouer avec moi? Ok.
Suppose I ought to earn my pay.
Mr. Albert.
Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
No, don't. I'm not careful.
I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Ah, how I've longed... Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well?
No sense straining myself. Just got to do what I can.
Times are hard. Barely scraping by.
Would that I could spend all day.
Come on, have a look.
I could use a bit of peace and quiet.
I have a feeling there's good coin to be made here.
Voilà, normalement là c'est bon.
You've pushed your luck.
I can't wait to see what
I'm not sure.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
I ought to act a little more cheery.
Still a while to go before me shift. I've trained for this.
Time to be heading home.
How did I wind up here anyhow?
This place gives me an ill
Dead on my
we
feet.
scarce afford to keep us fed.
I've made my bed. Now to lie in it. What to do? Stock up on what about you? Seems familiar.
Tad rowdy.
My grey matter requires a little stimulation.
Oi there! The ale flows aplenty here, courtesy of yours truly. So ne'er mind your coin purse. Drink your fill, my friend.
I don't like it here. Every minute of this existence
Je vais aller directement maintenant à sa maison, parce que c'est ça qu'il fallait faire. Sa porte va être ouverte, je vais pouvoir... Quoi? Non.
Time to be heading home.
Suppose I'd best be heading home.
True faith must come from the spirit.
What about you? Seems familiar.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good. Impressive.
A useful bauble, the ferry stone. 'Twill allow us to travel vast distances in an instant.
I pity those content to live in idleness.
Watching me. I'd swear it.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll think I'd best be heading home.
What about this place makes me nervous?
Still a while to go before me shift's over.
J'ai trouvé la tenue du mendiant, parce que je l'ai vu. Et c'est changé.
I heard a rumor that this land was once a kingdom.
Getting proper rest is an important duty in its own...
Là, normalement, je vais le choper.
I only pray my delicious without it. This place is awful dull.
I can't go on like this.
Mayhap I really would have been better off a baker.
Such quietude is a blessing.
Now there's a worthy prize, if only 'tweren't so far away.
I cannot bear it.
Idleness is a luxury.
Not selling.
Where are you? Got any tales to liven up my day?
Nope.
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
What am I to do? I'm lost without those garments. Aye? What do you want? What? Where did you get this? No. Never mind that. Listen, whatever you found out, whatever you think you know, pray, do not speak of it to anyone.
Wonder if anyone will notice if I stay
I'm
here
in
a bit.
no hurry to leave.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure anyone will notice if I stay here a bit.
Mais du coup... Et du coup... Hop, hop, hop. Ça aussi... Non, je l'ai faite.
This
J'ai ce qu'il faut.
development differs greatly from any in my recollection.
Unbelievable.
Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
Serve the heavens. Must
Hoi.
be air.
How do you do? Got any good stories to share?
Nope.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whate'er treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. Come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the gracious hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
Might I beg but a moment of your time? Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us.
I'll get you for that!
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up.
Chaos in the world begins with chaos of the mind.
I do hope naught befalls Lubomir. I should like to see him walk out of here in good health.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice has... See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
'Tis no great shock.
I fear I've much to attend to. A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Aptly said.
I do hope naught befalls Lubomir.
You'd best watch yourself.
Hoy, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? That's all right. I'm sure.
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discoveries await us.
Yeah? What is it?
Got to make hay while the sun shines. Suppose that's enough for one day.
He asked me again. I'll claw out his
Time
eyes.
to be heading.
I must be grateful.
Hoy, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time? Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do. Apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do.
Now, we've need of medicine. We can purchase...
Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Now that's just splendid! Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it to the...
'Tis a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways towards improving life in the slums.
'Tis as you say.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party.
Thanks, sir.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
I do hope naught befalls Lubomir.
Wickedness has no hold upon a tranquil mind.
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
I like that.
Sets my thoughts down dark paths, this place.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming. But ox carts don't run so late at night. Was it a phantom then? I shudder to think.
Let me alone. I'm not out here for fun, you know. Got any tales to liven up my day? Can someone tell me what this is all about? If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
Death comes for me.
These writings could be of import.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Need someone to talk to?
The other day, I chanced to see a most resplendent ox cart on the high road. Now, that's not so strange, but guess who I saw riding in it? Poor little Daphne. I doubted my eyes.
I've scripted to a sage once I've said my prayers.
Someone to talk to.
Any little...
Yeah? What is it?
'Tis good to see you are well. What's your business with me, cos?
Ça va à rien. Je vais aller chercher un autre pomme. Quelqu'un qui pourra m'aider en fait.
Well met, sir. You think they'd learn?
Working this field's all I know. I'm not stopping.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy.
I'm only glad to have proven my worth.
Delighted to meet you. Especially...
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use...
Il n'y en a aucun qui connaît la mission. Ok.
troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness spawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. Tis a pleasure to meet you. Tis a pity we must part after sharing such a journey. I shall cherish my memories of our time together. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have but to ask.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.